I know, right?
But you weren't allowed to talk about it yesterday.
Was not.
So Lindor, Juan Soto too.
Well, that sounds pretty good, right? Yeah, look, we still got ways to go. We'll see how it's going to look, not only when we get to spring training, but when we get to Houston March 27th. See what we got, but, you're pretty close there.
Do you feel like you need some lineup protection for him?
Look, I'm pretty comfortable with what we got currently on our roster, but I know David and obviously Steve and Alex as our owners, they're willing to, put every resource on our team, but pretty comfortable with what we have currently on our lineup. As far as protection goes, I see it's who's hitting in front of them as well. If the guys that are hitting in front of him are not getting on base, that's a way of protecting him too. So, and we do have some really good players. So, like I said, comfortable with what we have right now.
Carlos, you came from a Yankees team that did these kind of deals with regularity. They signed big. Has it sunk in yet that your new team is now getting record contracts here?
Yeah, look, I think it kind of hit me when I saw him get into the ballpark today, and finally when he was able to put that, his jersey. But I don't see Yankees, Mets. I see it as this is a first-class organization, and that we are able to get, anybody that's out there. And I think at the end of the day, not only bringing quality players, but quality people, and that's what we're getting here with Juan Soto.
What was your reaction to the final number?
I was happy for him. I was proud of him because I know how hard he worked. Credit to his family, to himself, and it was pretty amazing.
Where were you when you got the? Where were you? When you
I
got
was
the
at the
news?
hotel room in Dallas.
And what was your reaction?
I couldn't believe it.
Carlos, when you were out in Los Angeles, what was your just whole take on the scope of that pitch to him?
Yeah, I felt pretty good, but at that time it was so early in the process. We were trying to get to know him, but also him getting to know us and what we are all about. And that was pretty much the pitch. We were very authentic. We were pretty honest. I was able to have like one-on-one conversations after we got out of the table. But at the time I didn't know what to make out of it. I knew there was ways to go and there was a lot of competition until that last day when I finally got the call.
Have you talked with Boone about him, and what has he said about him?
He said a lot of great things. It was briefly during the winning meetings. I saw him and he's got nothing but great things to say about him. You're getting a great player. You're getting a great person. It was very brief.
What was your message to him prior to him signing, and now that you have him, what's your message to him now?
Oh, same. You have to stay consistent. We didn't lie. We were pretty honest with him. We were upfront. What we're all about. First-class organization that care about people and winning. At the end of the day, it comes down to winning. And that's what we're doing. You're seeing with the commitment that ownership is making with him, and it's going to continue to be that way. That we're going to do whatever we can in our power to put together a team that is going to be able to compete. And we did it that day, and we'll continue to do so with him.
Steve said he wanted to win 2 to 4 championships in the next 10 years. How does that sound to you?
That sounds pretty good. But we also know there's competition. Winning is hard. But I think this step, getting a player like Juan Soto, is going to put us closer to that.
You arch patience into place. If you're envisioning that top of the lineup, if you have Francisco, Soto, and Nimmo, that first inning, a pitcher could be up to like 30 pitches in the first inning. Is that something that's going to be special for your team this year?
Yeah, and that's something one of the qualities that he brings. That the way he controls the strike zone, and we got already really good hitters that can do that. You mentioned one on Brandon Nimmo, but on Lindor, the development of Mark Vientos. So it's a pretty scary top of the lineup, but our goal is not to just put together a really good 4 or 5 hitters. We got to have a deep lineup and a balanced lineup, and that's what David's trying to do right now.
How do you envision Marte's role now? I know you and David have both said he's a big part of this team and he brings a certain skill set, but obviously he does like to play in the outfield every day. What do you see going on?
Yeah, he's obviously going to change because we got Juan Soto now who's going to play right field, and I had that conversation with Marte not too long ago after the news broke. Right, he's willing to do whatever it takes. It's all about winning, and he's to a point in his career that he wants to win a championship. Look, he's a big part of what we're doing here. We still got ways to go, and we're going to be very honest with him. But like what he told me is like, I'm willing to do whatever you guys need me to do. I'm ready to go. I just want to win.
So he took it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, this was a conversation over the phone, and he's obviously one that I'm going to continue to have with him. And just, I pride myself on communicating with players, and you know, this is something, especially with a player like Marte, experience that I think he earns that, you know, the respect from all of us.
You said he still has a role in the team. Just practically speaking, what spots do you see him fitting in?
Well, I mean, he's 162, you know, and you guys saw the way I used my roster, you know, our roster. It's 13 guys that, you know, they're going to get at bats, whether it's in right, whether it's DH. If he's healthy, maybe, you know, we'll move him around. But these are some of the conversations we got to have with him. And we still got, you know, weeks, month before we report to spring training, and then we'll go from there.
Carlos, when you talk with the Mets before you get the job, are they telling you we're going to go after Juan Soto really hard?
When I got the job, no, that wasn't a part of the conversation. Conversation was we're going to try our best to put teams that are going to be able to compete for championships. And here we are now. Once Juan Soto became available, he was a part of that conversation. But when I took the job, he wasn't our player. So the goal continues to be the same, you know, to continue to build a first-class organization.
Who called you on Sunday with the news? Steve, David?
Twitter?
Yeah, I found out online because David was flying to Dallas, and I was just waiting for the call. I think I got a text from Eduardo Brizuela, you know, and I was just waiting until the next day when I was able to talk to David because he got in pretty late.
Carlos, how beneficial do you think it'll be for the younger players, especially Alvarez and Mendoza, to learn from Soto? Do you think that can change the trajectory of their own business?
Yeah, 100%. And they learned a lot this past year with guys like Lindor and J.D. Martinez and Jose Iglesias. And when you're talking about adding a player like Juan Soto, is, you know, 100% is going to make a positive impact on the development of these players, whether it's Vientos, whether it's Alvarez. But, you know, I'm pretty sure Soto's going to learn from a lot of our guys as well, even because that's one of the things that during our conversation, this is a guy that wants to continue to get better, you know, wants to continue to get challenged. And we got some really good players here that are going to be able to do that to him too.
All right, guys, last question.
To piggyback off those earlier questions, what goes through your mind when you hear Juan talking about a dynasty?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me because that's what we want to build. You know, not only a first-class organization, but a dynasty. You know, when you add in a player, you know, like Juan Soto, those are the expectations, and you just have to embrace those expectations because it's real now, and that's what you want. We're the New York Mets, win one of the greatest cities of the world, and we're going after championships.
All right, thanks.